Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Blue Badge Crypto, bringing you another Bitcoin and market update. But listen, if you're not already on the Twitter, get over there at Blue Badge Crypto. That's where you're going to get the most time-sensitive alerts on trends, trading, and analysis in the market. So I've been in Bitcoin, guys. I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. I gave you all that big Bitcoin update before I left. Let's backtrack a little bit, cover what I talked about, and then let's see what we can potentially be looking at, guys. So in that last video on the hourly chart, it was right around here where I told y'all we bottomed. We hit a double bottom again. We had a potential bullish divergence here off that macro support. I told y'all we could see some short-term potential upside before inevitably going to 23K. Not inevitably, but I told y'all that 23K was coming. Okay, I've been telling y'all that for a couple months now. And now we've hit that. So we did get a little bit of short-term upside here on the lower time frames. And now, as y'all know, we have dumped down here and have gone as low as 23,350 approximately, depending on what exchange you're looking at, guys. So that has now come to fruition, which is kind of nice to see, because I've been telling y'all 23K for the past 2+ months now. Okay, and on that daily view, what I showed y'all, remember, guys, is our macro ABC correction that, in my opinion, I think we're at, where we have our macro A, B, and C wave down. In that macro A wave, we have completed our subset of A, B, C that you see in gray here in the smaller line. In that macro B wave, we have completed our subset of A, B, C. And now, guys, what I am potentially looking at here is that in our macro C wave, we are potentially looking at a looming completion of this C wave, potentially, guys. Okay, so in this C wave, we have our subset A, B, and now potential C wave here. Remember, I actually drew out this little path for y'all before I left. That was about a week and a half ago or so. And so far that is playing out. Like I said, I've been telling y'all 23K. That's what I've been looking for. Okay, so now again, that is coming to fruition. Okay, guys. So again, on this subset ABC right here, if this is a potential bottom, I'm not saying we have hit the exact bottom yet, guys, and I'll get a little bit further into that. But as we come down here, okay, what we'd be looking for is for price to get back above this sub A wave right here, okay? And that would offer a nice potential safe long opportunity other than just throwing money, at a potential bottom there, guys. Let's pull up the weekly chart, guys. And remember, I posted this for y'all last night. Remember, I've been telling y'all this as well. When the 20 EMA crosses below the 100 EMA, the candle that we have that just comes right after that cross right here, I mean, it's as close to on that cross you can get. This is way before. This is now the candle we're looking at that just happens to be just ever so slightly right after that cross right here, okay? This is the candle that I'm looking to buy, okay? I have put in money here, okay? I've put in money here in 23K. I told y'all that I wanted 23K. Okay, that's one thing. I told y'all that I was going to put money on this cross, okay? So we have 23K and we have the cross. Those are two things that I wanted, and I got them. So I told you I was going to do it. I've put money in down here. I'm not going all in, okay? I'm not going all in. I'm not saying go crazy here and unload the Brinks truck, okay? But I have put in some money here. I've put in some money in Bitcoin here, okay, guys? This is the first time after all this downtrend that I'm putting in spot Bitcoin money here, okay? I'm not just doing a trade. This is putting in spot Bitcoin money here, guys. Okay, and if we go lower, then we go lower, okay? But, guys, what I'm potentially looking at here is that, as we've seen in multiple historic events, that could potentially mark a bottom. I'm not saying it will, but it potentially mark a bottom back here in 2018. The candle, again, guys, just right after this cross here, I mean, right in there was where that bottom was at, okay, that bottoming structure. And are we hitting the exact bottom right now? Who knows? Like I said, we could potentially go lower. But again, that marked as close to the bottom as you could potentially get right there in 2018. Same situation back here in 2015, guys, okay? Look at this. Right here, literally that candle, I mean, it just ever so slightly came right after that cross. Y'all see that right here? And that was the bottoming candle. Again, depending on where you bought that candle, you weren't buying the exact bottom, but you were getting pretty dang close right there, guys, okay? So that's what I'm looking at right there, guys. We are potentially getting close, in my opinion. Have we hit the bottom? Not saying we definitely have, but again, if we pull up that 2-week chart right here and we look at the market cipher, I've been telling y'all the similarity between this market cipher structure right here. And if you just kind of look where we have, you know, this very similar structure right here in this dip, you can see that we are, you know, very much so completing a very similar structure right here, a very similar bottoming structure in these market cipher waves right here. If we look at the level that we are at here in the 2015 correction, how low this market cipher wave got, it's exactly where we're at right now, okay, in current time or in this current dip, okay? It's exactly where we're at. Back here in 2018, we did go a little bit lower, okay? We did go a little bit lower as far as the level in the market cipher, but what you can see is that on that level, the bottoming structure was actually where this light blue wave was at its thickest point, okay? Do y'all see that? This candle right here that I'm showing y'all, okay? If you come down, straight down to this, where this light blue wave in conjunction to this dark blue wave, where it was its thickest point, was actually the bottoming candle, okay? And then you finally got that wave crossover denoted with the green dot, which is, this was after, you know, it had already moved up, what, $1,000 or so. And then that's where, you know, you formed your bottom and, you know, you were kind of off to the races there. So like I said, guys, I'm putting in a little bit of money here. I'm not going crazy, but I do think we could potentially be getting close. I do think the climate is potentially a little bit worse in these times, but I've gotten everything I wanted. And even if we go back here to this daily view, guys, on a daily chart, I believe we are getting some type of divergence forming here. Let me pull up the RSI for y'all guys, okay? Let's pull this up. Not quite as much. We're getting about the same exact low here, guys. So we're creating a lower low in price, okay, and the same low on the RSI. So that's like a medium grade bearish divergence. Let's pull up the 2-day. So on the 2-day, we do have a nice bullish divergence here, guys, okay? So again, lower low in price, okay? Lower low in price action. Higher low on the RSI, okay? So that's just another point of information that goes in confluence with throwing in some money here, guys, okay? Again, I'm not saying we are bottoming at this exact dollar amount, okay? But we have bullish divergence on daily, 2-day charts on the higher time frame, okay? A bullish divergence, that's what you want to look for, okay? On the weekly view, we have the 20 crossing below the 100 EMA, okay? And we are at the 23K level. We haven't quite hit 23K yet, but we are getting near to that 23K level. So I've already thrown in a little bit of money. I'll throw in a little bit more as if or when we start coming lower into 23, into the 22 range. And I'm not ruling out, guys, that we could potentially come all the way down to 20K here, okay? I'm you know, that's totally still in play. That's definitely an option. I'm not saying we are definitely bottom at this exact dollar amount and are going to go straight to 100K here. That is not what I'm saying, guys. Do not get confused, okay? But what I am saying is that I've been waiting to see all these factors for months and months and months, and I am finally seeing them. So I'm not going to tell y'all that I'm going to do something for all these past months, and then we get there and say, oh, never mind, I changed my mind. This is what I'm doing, guys. This is what I told you I was going to do, so I'm doing it. We got the cross. We got the the daily bullish divergence here that just kind of adds a little bit of confluence, and we're sitting at 23K, guys. So yeah, I'm throwing in some money here. But what could potentially come after this? Well, like I said, guys, we do have room. There is room, guys, to still come lower than this, okay? We could come down to this 22 level. Like I said, we could come down to 20s. We could go lower than 20K, guys, and that's fine. We could potentially do that. Do I think going lower than, 20K-ish range is a high possibility? No, not necessarily. I think that's where a lot of buying would happen should or if or when we get there, guys. But you always have to be ready for that, right? Just like a lot of people weren't even ready to be down here when I was telling them, you got to be ready for that, guys. So if we go lower, you got to be ready for that, which is why I'm saying don't unload all of your Brinks truck here, guys. Don't throw all the chips on the table here. But I am loading up some here, guys, okay? And again, what I'm looking at is that we have potentially completed this ABC correction. We get back above this sub A wave. We hold that as key support right here. That's we could see ourselves good for continuation on a more macro view, guys. What you'd be looking for is this C wave, right, to get back above our macro A wave low. So we come back up here, we hold this level that's at approximately 33K on a more macro view. That would be an even safer entry for a long, and that's where we could see continuation in the market, guys. Otherwise, if you want a safe entry point for a potential long trade, you wait until we get back above the sub ABC, which on this Binance chart, it's at approximately 26.7. There's going to be some other charts that have different values. For example, this Coinbase chart is at 25.3. So it all depends on where that initial wick kind of came down, which is going to be kind of iffy. But I think every single chart I've looked at has now made a lower low than its initial wick down in the initial correction down to these lower levels here, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm not too worried, again, about these lower time frames for the time being. I'm kind of more focused on watching for a bottoming structure. And what I would be looking for on these hourly time frames is to get just a little bit more confluence with bullish divergence and more divergences coming in on these lower time frames, guys. Otherwise, I'm not going to be too interested in scalping these. If I do get into some type of trades, then I will certainly be posting those for y'all. I'll be keeping an eye on that, guys. Otherwise, we've met some parameters that I've wanted for the macro view. I'm throwing in some money, and I'm going to keep watching what unfolds here as we get, lower or higher in price, more on this macro view, guys. So that's what I'm kind of looking at today, guys, as I'm getting back into the swing of things. If you have any questions, have any comments, throw them down, post them on Twitter, guys. Thanks for watching today.